Hi everybody, I'm Reverend Larry, and this is the Garden of Faith United Church in Curtis, Ontario. And I want to say Merry Christmas Eve to everybody. Now, we were supposed to all be gathered here together outside in this garden tonight on Christmas Eve. But we can't do that this year. And that makes me sad, but I wanted to be sure to spend some time with you, especially with the kids. Hi kids. If we were together, the big thing that we do is we would tell the story of Jesus' birth. These days, most of the stuff and the stories we hear at Christmas time are all about Santa Claus and nice stories about being kind and generous at Christmas. Those are great stories. I love those stories. And we also want to make sure we take time to talk about the story, right? The big story, the Jesus story. Do you remember it? I hope so. And do you know the best way to keep remembering it? Tell it. Yeah, tell it. So I'm going to tell you the story again tonight, and then I want you to tell somebody else the story after. Now, it doesn't have to be perfect. Mine won't be perfect either. But as we tell it, we start to know it better and better. And the meaning of it sinks in deeper and deeper. So, if you were with me and we were in there in the church on Christmas Eve, I would use you guys to tell the story, right? We'd all get up dressed up in costumes and everybody would come to the front of the church and you'd help me act it out. So much fun. So, we can't do that, so let's try something different. I want you to tell the story after I do, and I want you to find something in your house to help you do it. Maybe some dolls or toys, or maybe some Lego blocks. It doesn't have to look like people. Or maybe some action figures, that could be fun. Or even just a bunch of plastic cups. It could be anything at all. Use your imagination, have fun. Now, you might actually have an actual nativity set in your house. That'd be okay, but it might be even more fun to use something else and not a real nativity. Now, whatever you do, ask your parent or grandparent before you touch anything, before you play with anything, right? Make sure it's okay to play with, and then have some fun. So, if you're part of the Faith United Kids program, you should have received, or you're about to receive, some stickers that are all about the nativity. You could use that too. Or you could find something. So what will I use? What might I use? Well, I've planned ahead. Obviously, I didn't have anything just here to grab. I am going to use spices from my spice rack. Yeah, I'm going to use spices to tell the story of the birth of Jesus. So, it'll be a spicy nativity. Here we go. Joseph was married to Mary. In my story, Joseph is garlic powder. You know, earthy and hearty. He's a good guy. Joseph, garlic powder. And Mary is paprika. Very sweet and flavorful, a lovely spice. So Joseph and Mary, they had to travel from Nazareth, where they lived, to Bethlehem. Now, they couldn't find a place to stay once they got there, so they had to sleep where the animals slept. Maybe a barn, it might have been a stable, something like that. Now, while they were there, Mary gave birth to a son. And she wrapped him all up, snug as a bug in a rug. And you know who he is, right? You know his name? I'm going to introduce him in a little bit, okay? So, Mary and Joseph. Now, nearby, some shepherds were watching their sheep. In my story, the shepherds are basil and oregano. I have lots of these because we use lots of these at home. Good, everyday, work-a-day kind of herbs. That's the shepherds. Now, suddenly, God's angel stood among the shepherds. Now, there's the angel. I know it doesn't look like anything special, but do you know what this special spice is called? It's called Angelica. Honest. It's a real spice called Angelica. It's kind of like a wild celery flavor. Not your everyday spice, but then that's what an angel is too, right? Now, the angel says to the shepherds, don't be afraid. Something awesome has happened. A very special baby boy has been born who will bring God's light and love into the world in a very special way. And then the angel sang, la 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 la. When you tell the story, you better make the angels sing. It's fun. La 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 la. Like that. So the shepherds went running to try to find the Holy Family that the angels told them about. And then the shepherds found them. And then afterward, after they visited and then they left, the shepherds went and they told everybody that they could find all about this wonderful, wonderful news. Now, a little while later, it doesn't really say in the Bible, it's kind of hard to understand. It probably wasn't that night, but sometime after, some magi, maybe you might know them as wise men or wise people. So they saw a star shining in the east and they knew they had to follow it because they knew it was leading to something special. In my story, here's the magi. Do you know what they are? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. That's a joke for your parents. Yeah, I know it's 4 spices and not 3. But you know what? The Bible actually never says how many wise men or magi there were, just how many gifts there were. You can look that up. It'd be kind of fun. Anyway, the wise men, or the wise people, or the magi, found the Holy Family. Uh-oh, here we go. And they brought special things. They brought gifts. Some of the gifts were spices. And there were other things too. Do you remember what they are? Do you remember what the 3 gifts are? Yeah, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Now, I've just lost my page. Uh-oh. I've lost it. It's all gone. The cold took away my notes. So, how does the story end? Well, we haven't met the star of the show yet, have we? Who's missing? It is the baby Jesus. So they all came to visit the baby Jesus, and there's my baby Jesus. Can you tell what I'm holding up? It's a salt shaker. Why do you think I chose salt to be the baby Jesus? Yeah, because we like to say that Jesus is the salt of the earth and the light of the world. So there's Jesus, the salt that makes everything taste better and be better and work better. That's salt. That's Jesus. So you know what? That's my story of how to tell the nativity by using silly things like spices. But you can use anything to have fun as long as you tell the story. Do you know what? We should sing too. When we sing about telling the story, here's a great song. It goes like this. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ was born. There's a song too. So, kids, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Christmas. I'm sorry we can't be together. And then I hope you can find something really fun in your house. And after we're done here, go and tell the story. Tell somebody the story. There's some other things you could do on our YouTube channel, at the Faith United YouTube channel, where you saw this video probably. You can also find some other links to other videos and things that might be just fun to watch on Christmas or around Christmas time. I hope you have a great and lovely and memorable and wonderful Christmas, and I hope we can see each other soon. Bye. Merry Christmas.